Now, I love Masada Guru. I usually stop through Masada Guru all the time. But this is my chance to stop and tell y'all and let y'all know, hey, if you like this video, you could go and you can watch this video. I'm going to add it right now as you watching me to the Knowledge of Expansion Pack playlist. You can go over to the DGTA TV YouTube channel and you can watch it for yourself. Now listen. We think that it would be okay and feel great and we would be like all powerful if we was like, yeah, man, I know what it's gonna be. I know what it's gonna be like. But have you ever left for school, came home, well, at school, you know somebody, your mama, your daddy, your brother, whoever gonna be home, and you thinking all day how it's gonna be when you get home. Now, if it happens that way, whether, let's say you sad, you know you gonna be sad when you get home because your brother gonna be there and he gonna be on the game. And you ain't never gonna get the game. You just ain't gonna get the game because he get out of school early and he always on the game. By the time you get home, ain't no game to be on. Right? You know that. Now, you getting home. You get to the door. The door's still locked. Front door still locked. You gotta use your key. What do you mean? What you gotta use my key? I mean, ain't nobody here. You get in there, you like, hello. The suspense, like Sadhguru was saying. You get up in there, oh, ain't nobody on the game. Ain't nobody on the game. Ain't nobody on the game. Big brother had to stay after school. Mama gonna pick him up, everybody. You calling the boy, I'm on the game all night. It's Friday. That little bit of moment where you thought you knew the future. Oh my gosh, this point. I'm sorry, y'all just realized, y'all just watched me have an epiphany. All right. So that little bit of moment, hold on, I gotta keep teaching the lesson, so I ain't gonna stop. That little bit of moment where you thought or you felt you knew the future, you knew how it was gonna play out, kept you down. I'm talking about it. Be pressed, boy. Press. I'm talking about sad because you knew it would. He gonna be there. I'm gonna go back to the original example. He gonna be home when I get there. That mean he already be home for an hour. He be home for an hour playing. He ain't played the new 2K yet. Get there, he ain't there. Light up on the game all night. By the time he get home, he mad. You see what I'm saying? I'll share. I can share. We can use so many different examples for where you think or you might feel as if you know or could predict the outcome, and it just be so completely different. So now, going to my point, it could be you. It could be you. Think back to what I said at the opening of the episode. It could be you in that thing that you want, in that moment that you saw yourself in. How does that feel? How does that look for? I'm gonna pick it out myself. I'm gonna do the one personally for y'all. This how I feel. I'm gonna turn my mic up just a little bit because I feel like I'm shouting. So I'm gonna do this one personally for y'all. So I imagine myself right now exactly where I want to be. No specific details. Exactly where I want to be, right? Man, that ain't gonna happen immediately. For it could even be for a 0.1 second. Immediately, that boy, that ain't. And slowly but surely, I'm having that little man, that person inside of me might be little right now, but that person, that other little aspect of me, be hit that right as soon as it happened, right with an uppercut, bang. Boy, you better keep on going in what you're doing. you better keep on going with what you're doing. I hit him with an uppercut. He ain't coming back to tell you nothing ain't gonna happen for you now. You got to keep going now. Now, if he come back, I got him, but you need to be further down the road by the time he come back telling you it ain't gonna happen now. That's me. That's literally me. I don't know how y'all approach it, but that's me. And then when that aspect of me comes back and say, you ain't really you could do it. Right hook, bing. Right hook, back down, and I'm further down the road. You see what I'm saying? And all of this is aspects of me, because you ever had something that you did, that you were doing, or that you had for yourself that you wanted to happen, and it's happening how you want it to happen, and you getting the responses that you want to get from it? What slows that process down? What keep you from doing what it is that you know? Now, I played this. Hey, welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. It's good to be in here with y'all on another Fun Fact Friday. You know what time it is. I like to, and don't mind me, I like setting up the mic every time. It really be set up already. It really be set up already. I just like doing that, so don't mind me. So today we just going down the list, y'all. That's all. I'm gonna go back over to that video that we was watching last week on Fun Fact Friday, where we had the facts rolling on the screen. So I'm gonna just go back there, and we're gonna go back down the list. But first, let's get our motivation. Seems so low in the camera. Let's get our motivation for the day started, and then we will go from there. We will go from there. Motivation for the day. Bang. And my people though, y'all my people. Y'all my people. You're my people. It's always the same thing. So let's see this. Let's see what's up. Switch that sheen, baby. Let me get y'all some sound.
Butter is called butter is
Once upon a time, in ancient China, there lived 3 old monks. Their names are not remembered today, simply because they never revealed them to anybody. In China, they are simply known as the 3 laughing monks. They always traveled together and did nothing else but laugh. They entered a village or a town, stood in the center of its main square, and started laughing. Slowly but surely, the people who lived and worked there, and the passers-by, couldn't resist and had to start laughing as well. Until a small laughing crowd had formed, and eventually the laughing had spread to the whole village or town. That was the moment when the 3 old monks moved on to the next village. Their laughter was their only prayer, all of their teaching, because they never spoke to anybody. They just created that situation. All over China, they were loved and respected. The people had never known such spiritual teachers before or after. They seemed to communicate that life should be taken only as a great opportunity to laugh, as if they had discovered some kind of cosmic joke. So they traveled and laughed for many years, spreading joy and happiness throughout China. Until one day, while being at a particular village in the North Province, one of them died. The people were shocked and came running from afar, leaving the fields unattended for the day, only to witness the other two monks' reaction to this dramatic event. They were expecting them to show sorrow or even cry, and the whole village came to the place where the three monks were. Two alive and one dead. But the two remaining monks were laughing only harder. They were laughing and could not seem to stop. So that a few of the good people who were assisting to this scene, in disbelief, approached them and asked them why they weren't mourning at all for their deceased friend. And for one time, the monks actually responded. Because yesterday, on our way to your village, he proposed a bet on who of us would beat the other two and die first. And now he won the old road. He even had a testament prepared. The tradition required to wash the dead and change his clothes before putting him on the funeral pyre. But the old monk had explicitly asked to leave the old clothes on him, since he had never been filthy for one day. I never allowed any of the filth of this world to reach me through my laughter,
Yes, sir.
his testament stated. So the old man's body was placed on the pyre with the garments he was wearing when he had arrived. And as the fire was lit and started licking on his clothes, to everyone's astonishment, suddenly fireworks of 100 colors went exploding up and down and to all directions. And finally, the people who had gathered there also joined the laughter of the two wise men. You see, in life, in your life, maybe the only reason that we are here on this earth is so we can laugh and laugh and never stop experiencing joy and laughter. So next time you face a problem, look in the mirror and just laugh the problem away. Because your joy is what makes you alive.
Yes, sir.
This is Dare to Do Motivation Stories.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for watching.
Hey, yo, we saving that one. That was good. Let me save that. Alright, knowledge of expansion pack. Alright, bet. So, like I said, last week we was just going down the list. I'm gonna go over here to the channel, pull up that list that we was on. I don't know. I should have wrote it on a sticky what number we was on, but I'm pretty sure we can find it. I didn't run our theme song for today, but I'll run it at the end. Don't worry about it. Alright. So let me see if I can find the latest thing that I saved. Where memories are stored. We had the facts. And like I said before, you can go.
Imagine being able to build an app.
You can go right there on the DGTA YouTube page and look under playlist, and you can find all these videos that we watching that I liked and that I saved to this playlist. There you go. You see the latest one we just saved. All right, so life lessons, 250 amazing facts. There we go. Oh man, I gotta pull up my chat. I'm so sorry, chat.
Only continent to do so. A boxing
Sorry,
match
chat.
that lasted
Oh, it's right back
110
when we
rounds.
needed it. All right, there we go. My bad, chat. All right, it wasn't nobody chatting anyway. Cool. All right, let's go.
On for over 7 hours. That's just the way they did things back in 1893. This is the longest such fight in sporting history, and unsurprisingly, it ended in a no contest. If boxing sounds a little too brutal for you, then maybe you should try chess boxing? Unbelievable though it may seem, this is an actual cross between chess and boxing. Several 100 million years ago, the Earth had a covering of giant mushrooms. Reminds me of the first level of Sonic & Knuckles. You can kind of trap a Kindle library rental by setting your device to airplane mode. Technically, this gives you all the time in the world to read the book, so you'll have to keep it in that setting, otherwise it'll disappear. Did you know that cheese develops a stronger flavor if you play music to it? In 2019, Emmental Cheese was the audience for a playlist, including varied artists such as Mozart and Led Zeppelin. Sound travels faster through water than air. The dense particles in water are better for sound to travel. Without our atmosphere, we wouldn't see twinkling stars. It's an effect of starlight passing through the barrier between us and space. The word y'all dates back to 1631. When bodies are cremated, a machine called a cremulator is used to ensure that everything is ground up nice and fine. Ranch dressing is white because it contains titanium dioxide. This chemical compound is also used in white paint. Basically, it's dyed. Larry David saved a murder suspect from jail. Juan Catalan was accused of the killing of a teenage girl, but Curb Your Enthusiasm helped his case in court. Cameras had captured Catalan at a Dodgers game where the crew was filming. This backed up Catalan's side of the story and cleared his name. The largest desert in the world is actually in Antarctica. Olympic gold medals only contain 1.3% of gold, and that's a ballpark figure, so to speak. What you're actually holding is a silver medal with added gold. The biggest number of snails you can balance on your face is 48. We know this because Mike Dalton did it on national TV in Australia, balancing the snails for 10 seconds in 2009. You can remove the stink of garlic or onions on fingers by rubbing stainless steel on them.
Wow.
It won't take it away 100%, but hey, it beats washing your hands several hundred times. The oldest hybrid car is from 1900. It was called the Semper Vivis and was produced by Lohner Porsche. The vehicle ran on both electricity and gas, or petrol, depending on where you're from. Mars is rusty. The planet gets its red color from iron oxide, just like what you get on old cars and other items at the scrapyard. There was once a dog in the White House called Satan. He belonged to the second president, John Adams. We make 95% of our decisions subconsciously. We partly enjoy spicy food because of a release of endorphins. This is triggered by the compound capsaicin. The chemical kind of fools you into thinking you're eating something dangerous, and the pleasure-packed endorphins come in by way of response. Ozark was filmed in Georgia, not Missouri. They apparently preferred it that way, as Georgia offered a variety of locations. Plus, the state offers income tax credits to producers. America has the most volcanoes in the world. That's in total, both active and inactive. Jogging became a thing stateside because of one James Fix, so it's a real shame that he died doing what he loved, i.e. jogging. Tragically, he was just 52 years old. A Venus flytrap can eat human flesh. Thankfully, there's no evidence that a plant is able to trap and eat a full-size person. You shouldn't wear canvas shoes in wet conditions, right? Wrong. Apparently, by applying beeswax to canvas shoes, you can protect them against water. Christmas was banned in Massachusetts between 1630 and 1856. Ho, 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 pilgrims. One of the strangest things in space is an exoplanet dubbed the Marsh.
That's 200
ho, ho,
years.
ho, was banned in Massachusetts. Beeswax to canvas between 1630 and 1856. Ho, ho, ho,
That's
ho.
two. They banned Christmas in Massachusetts for 200 years.
One of the strangest things in space is an exoplanet dubbed the Marshmallow Planet. Also known as WASP-107b, it has a surprisingly low density. Maybe it's getting toasted by the sun. The first woman of color to deliver mail in America was a formidable character known as Stagecoach Mary,
I heard of her.
aka Mary Field. Dunbar's number dictates that a person can have a maximum of 150 friends. There's a chemical in pineapple that's strong enough to tenderize meat. It's called bromelain. The Beatles are arguably the greatest band of all time, so it's incredible that none of them could read music. They relied on creativity and instinct to produce their incredible back catalog of classics.
Of course.
Redheads apparently have a higher pain threshold than other people.
That's what we do all the time. Well, I'll drop a beat on you right now, and put it together.
The water in Florida can turn red due to algae. Good old red tide. Do you know where the word soccer comes from?
Okay.
Interestingly,
I've been waiting for this.
shortened version of association. so technically it should be called soccer? Also, it's originally British. The tallest dog in the world.
Abbreviated version of association soccer.
A Great Dane named Zeus. He measures at 1.118 meters in height. Meanwhile, Napoleon was actually average height at 5'6". You can use a walnut to buff out scratches in your furniture. Nut oil is great for getting rid of scratch marks.
Hey.
Rub the walnut on the problem area and then rub it again with a gentle fabric. The youngest mother in history was 5 years old.
Huh? How?
If you're looking to learn how to trade,
How?
a community is very important, and I've joined previous communities.
Her name was Lina Medina from Peru. Waves can be square. This powerful reaction happens when two seas intersect and the water mass turns into a grid. During World War II, the French resistance would hide secret information in baguettes. The New York Times once reported that someone's eyeball popped out when they sneezed. When you sneeze, it reboots the cells in your nostrils. 57 cow brains were eaten in 15 minutes, a gruesome meal that broke a world record in Japan in 2002. Sean Connery wanted to make a crazy James Bond movie called Warhead, which featured remote-control robot sharks carrying nukes. Shaken but not splashed. Speaking of Jaws, dental floss can double as a cake slice. As long as you don't use the minty fresh kind, everything should be,
Right.
well, a piece of cake.
I'm lost on that. Soccer association, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
It's a laid-back country and has its laid-back volcanoes. The last recorded eruption on the continent was around 5,000 years ago. Animals cry to lubricate their eyes, not because they're emotional. Toothpaste can remove crayon from a wall. Also, if used before meals, it
Toothpaste can remove crayon from a wall. Got it.
reduce your ability to taste sweet things while boosting your sense of taste for bitter food and drink. A Hollywood actress helped develop Wi-Fi. Hedy Lamarr discovered frequency hopping technology, which went on to become a stepping stone to the internet access we enjoy today. Nitrogen gas is used to remove the oxygen from chip packets. Oxygen makes your chips go bad. Henry VIII had a personal toilet, and someone needed to carry it around for them. This job title was called Groom of the Stool. We used to have a third eyelid. That little pink triangle in the corner of your eye is what remains of it.
Wow. I did not know that one.
Herb cilantro can only be tasted and appreciated by a small percentage of humans, me included. Everyone else thinks it tastes like soap. The classic Rolling Stones track, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, came to Keith Richards in a dream. He described waking up in the night, recording the opening, and then going right back to sleep. He left the tape running and recorded his own snoring. The game of volleyball predates the actual volleyball itself. It started with players using a basketball bladder. Another crazy sports fact, the first puck in ice hockey was something you probably didn't want to hit too hard. Why? Well, because it was a frozen chunk of cow poo. Now, you definitely want a frozen cow patty rather than a regular
Right,
one,
exactly.
but bona fide hockey pucks are also placed in the deep freeze. This way they glide well and don't bounce as much. You can walk between America and Russia thanks to our old buddy ice. You can do this by crossing a frozen stretch of water between two islands. Chameleons change color for social reasons, not to blend into their environment. You can easily remove pet hair with your hands. Just put on a pair of wet rubber gloves and watch that fuzz disappear.
Really?
You know,
I'm gonna have to do that anywhere I see it bunched up.
Hitler once tried to kill Winston Churchill with exploding chocolate, though he might not need to have tried so hard. You see, Winston Churchill had a lot of accidents. These included being hit by a car, being involved in a plane crash, almost drowning in a lake, and falling off a bridge. Although that last one wasn't actually an accident, he deliberately threw himself over the edge and damaged his kidney as a result. The radio waves we've created form a shield around the planet, protecting us from stuff like solar flares. The Wild West really wasn't all that wild.
I didn't know
planet. Damaged his kidney as a result. The radio waves we've created form a shield around the planet, protecting us from stuff like solar flares. The Wild West really wasn't all that wild. You could certainly be killed if you weren't careful, however the image presented in movies and such is pretty over-dramatized. Your tongue never gets tired. How much does all the internet in the world weigh? Amazingly, it's the same as an apricot. That's a juicy fact for you. Star Trek was once interrupted by a real-life space mission. The iconic Apollo 11 moon landings from 1969 were complained about by some who wanted to watch their scheduled episode of Trek instead. William Shatner
Right.
auctioned his kidney stone, which sold for $25,000. Jordan's capital, Amman, used to be called Philadelphia. In the 3rd century BCE, it was taken over by King Ptolemy II, Philadelphus of Egypt. Minoru Yoshida, a Japanese athlete, managed to complete 10,507 push-ups in one session in 1980.
What?
A Japanese athlete by King Ptolemy II, Philadelphus
How?
of Egypt. Minoru Yoshida, a Japanese athlete, managed to complete 10,507 push-ups.
10,000 push-ups. Yo, hold up. We got to pause right there. We got to pause right there. I got to see this.
Egypt. Minoru Yoshida, a
Minoru Yoshida. I got to see this. Because how do you do that, man? How do you do that? I think the most I ever did was maybe 50 to 60. Minoru, yo, right. I need to see how he doing these push-ups. Did you know the most? Okay, 10,000 set by. Yeah, okay, he held the record. I know he done held the record for over 40 years. I want to see him doing it, though. That's what I'm saying. How? How could it be probably fake? Hold on. I need to see a video about this. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, let's see this real quick then.
Years ago,
We built a world beyond the screen as real as our own.
He doing knuckle push-ups. Let me put it on big screen for y'all. 10,000 push-ups in one session, though. And those are actual push-ups. I ain't gonna lie. It's not like and it's not like he doing some crazy motion with his body. Like, look at his arms. Hold on. I'm gonna look at that comment. Like, look at his arms. Bro, I can't shake your hand, man. I ain't shaking nobody's hand. Y'all seen all them push-ups I just did? Some shake my hand. You ever ran with some kettlebells down the 20 yards or 100 yards and then back 200 yards, and then somebody ask you to drag the weights, and then, boy, I ain't walking after that, man. Boy, my legs feel like noodles after that. But nah, let me see. I'm one of those that think cilantro tastes like soap. I think so too. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm thinking what I'm thinking, that I had like do they put it on, if they put it on pizza or like with pasta, or yeah, I think so. I think it tastes like soap too. Who sat and counted all those push-ups? So the 10,000 part, I think that one, they probably had a certain length of time that was longer than this one. Was just a minute, but what they said was in one session. So basically, let's say he doing push-ups and he can't leave that push-up position or something, you know what I'm saying? And once he leave the push-up position, then he done. But somebody sit there and just like they did with the what's the name, the test, what's the name of that test, the PT test. But I want to see him do it though. Like,
Unnecessary rest. Have you ever wondered what the world record is for consecutive push-ups without rest? You may have guessed 300, 400,
without rest,
even 1,000, but the actual number may surprise you. In fact, the record is an astonishing 10,507 push-ups held by Minoru Yoshida of Japan, achieved in October 1980. Yoshida's achievement is a testament
oh,
to
ain't no video of that back in 1980. But I'm just saying though. Okay, let me see this then.
Real Fight channel. Bruce Lee.
I'm sorry we had to stop,
an
but
outstanding martial artist.
Look at
He
that.
was the pioneer of the world martial arts revolution, the father of mixed martial arts, as well as the first global promoter of Chinese
Look at
Kung
that.
Fu.
What?
He was the man who introduced the word Kung Fu to the Western world. His Kung Fu.
What?
He was the as well as the world martial arts revolution, the father of mixed martial arts, as well as the first global promoter of Chinese Kung Fu. He was the man who introduced the word Kung Fu to the Western world. His Kung Fu movies broke a number of records. The 1972 film Way of the Dragon broke the box office record in Asia.
But someone from the world record book sat and watched him. Yep. Probably a couple people. But that was 1980. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know the standard. Like I said, I'm wondering where the documentation at to show us, other than the certificate, or the, like, pull up the stuff and show us.
1973 film Enter the Dragon raked in $230 million at the global box office, and it is considered one of the greatest martial arts films of all time. Other than these records, Bruce Lee also has a few miraculous physical records. For example, delivering a strength of 1,600 pounds with nunchucks, forcing a 75-kilogram man 5 to 6 meters away, hitting out a heavy fist of 350 pounds, kicking a 135-kilo sandbag to touch a 5-meter high ceiling, demonstrating around 200 two-finger push-ups.
200? No way. No. I ain't gonna say no way. Do you read? Are you reading that on the screen? Demonstrating around 200 two-finger push-ups.
And many others. By looking at Bruce 100.
But look how he get up. Just look how he get up. Look how he get up.
Finger push-ups and many others. By looking at Bruce Lee's physical record, we can tell he is the most spectacular martial arts fighter in the 20th century. His strength is marvelous. He was greatly praised by top-level fighters such as World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Mike Tyson, World Heavyweight Karate Champion Joe Louis, MMA champion Conor McGregor, karate champion Jim Kelly, and many other famous martial artists. The video here is Bruce Lee performing the two-finger push-ups in the perfect form. And here's a photo of Bruce Lee showing the one-thumb push-up on both hands.
What is that? Thank you for this video. Oh my gosh, thank you for today. So let me talk for just a second. I'm gonna keep that picture on the screen because I want to talk for just a second. Only way, only way, because of the time it was done, would be to look up in the book. Yes, and I agree with that. I want to see just some pictures, something other than a little deeper. Look how low he is going. His face is almost touching the floor. Exactly. Now let me talk for a second, real quick. Now, this just restored my belief in myself. I go out and I play 2K. I was playing 2K last night. And when I play 2K and I see people like they crossing me, they doing this and this and this, it light a fire in me. Like I get upset in a way that is let me see, in a way that allow me to learn. And only thing I can think about is if you can do it, I can do it too. Or if you can do it, I can stop you from doing it, and that'll be me learning how not to let you do this no more. Like doing all the crosses and the dribbling and all of that stuff. That right there is how I feel when I see this. A one thumb push-up. I'm not thinking, oh, yeah, that's impossible. I'm thinking, he did it. I ain't even would think about that, but hey, I can do it too. This is beautiful. Serious discipline, yes, exactly.
It is a very impressive feat, but not impossible to learn. First of all, you will need to learn how to set your body right. Activating every muscle on your entire body is the key to perform the two-finger push-up. Then try to master the diamond push-ups. Start training with the one-arm push-ups after you have mastered the diamond push-ups. When you have mastered the one-arm push-ups, try the five-finger push-ups. As time goes by, you can take out one finger at a time until gradually you can perform the two-finger push-ups. Once you begin the training to do the two-finger push-ups, you will realize how good Bruce Lee was. And you will also realize why we are still talking about Bruce's legacy after 46 years of his death.
Look at
when
this.
When you have tried to do what Bruce Lee did in the past, you will agree that he is 100% a real deal. The fact that Bruce could do the two-finger push-up and one-thumb push-ups on both hands, can we venture to say that he could have cranked out at least 300 regular push-ups? What would you think about Bruce Lee's two-fingers push-ups after watching this video?
Man.
Do you agree that this is still an insane world record today?
Yes.
Please leave your comment below. We would like to hear from you. Last but not least, please like, share, subscribe, and ring.
I'm watching some Bruce Lee movies this weekend. Oh man, I'm on it. All right, let's go back to our facts. That was amazing though. Whoa. It is not Healthy Mental Thursday. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, here we go.
His athlete managed to complete 10,507 push-ups in one session in 1980. Is this the biggest number of continuous push-ups in history? What do you think? Female sharks have developed thicker skins to cope with males biting them during sex. Tomato sauce doesn't beat the smell of a skunk. It'll just make it smell like tomatoes. Stinky doesn't always mean bad. Take dung beetles, for example, who use the stars to get around. How do we know this? Because in 2013 it was observed that on a cloudy night, the beetles seem to not know where to go. Yet when the stars are out, they scuttle with confidence. There's a crossbow firing competition at Oktoberfest. Some believe that the moon is hollow. Speaking of moon madness, the US government once thought about nuking the moon in order to intimidate the Russians. It's Pandora's jar not Pandora's box. The original narrative featured a jar, however it was mistranslated in the 16th century. Do you have a problem jar you can't open? Well, try spanking it, as in turning it upside down and giving the base a slap. This will apparently knock out the vacuum and make the lid looser. Your hair is strong enough to hold the weight of 2 elephants. We only have vanilla Twinkies because banana supplies ran low during World War II.
What? Wait. Oh no. We was on fact.
This thing just read like 50
28.
articles in 90 seconds and summarized them for me. There is a god for us overworked interns.
Tell me why you woke me up.
This is Comet, the world's first AI.
His kidneys to be replaced by Ridley Scott. Do you have a problem jar you can't need another flavor? And Robert Aldrich, vanilla Twinkies because you're given the base strong enough to hold the weight of 2 elephants. We only have vanilla Twinkies because banana supplies ran low during World War II and they needed another flavor. Before anyone had heard of a xenomorph, the original director of Alien, Robert Aldrich, wanted a shaved orangutan as the alien. This bizarre suggestion was an attempt at thinking outside the box. Aldrich left the project to be replaced by Ridley Scott, and the rest is history. There are 840 languages spoken in Papua New Guinea. The Olympics is a
How many?
There are 840 languages spoken in Papua New Guinea.
Jesus.
The Olympics is a celebration of sport, but only a tiny fraction of sports from around the world. It covers approximately 30, whereas the total number is more like 8,000. Manatees stay afloat by farting. Natural light makes you more productive. Tom Hanks discovered he was related to Mr. Rogers.
Natural light makes you more productive.
Natural light makes you more productive. Tom Hanks discovered he was related to Mr. Rogers, but only after playing him in a movie. Human blood is almost as salty as seawater. There's a 98% match between the two. Mount Rushmore is spectacular. It's also unfinished. We were supposed to see the presidents from head to waist, but the team ran out of money. 60% of your brain is fat. Your body can produce its own alcohol via something called autobrewery syndrome. Caviar used to be served for free in bars to make people thirsty. This was in America, where the luxury food took a while to catch on. They nearly made a Batman movie in the 80s with Bill Murray as Bruce Wayne and David Bowie as the Joker. This was back when Ghostbusters' Ivan Reitman wanted to direct. The film went through various stages of development before we got the 1989 version from Tim Burton. Speaking of Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2 underwent extensive reshoots after the first cut got negative feedback from test audiences. Much was changed, including the ending, which had failed to impress fans. Australia used to be called New Holland. It became Australia in the 19th century. The oldest base jumper in the world was 84-year-old Donald Cripps. He fell 876 feet from the New River Gorge Bridge in West Virginia in 2013. Hippos nearly became part of the food chain in America in the early 20th century. A meat shortage led to these magnificent and muddy beasts being considered as a solution. As you may have guessed, the idea didn't catch on.
Right.
Probably for the best, because hippos are incredibly dangerous. It may not look that way, but they're fast, aggressive, and unpredictable. Some estimates place the human death toll by hippo each year at 3,000.
You just gotta
A slice
eat
of
meat,
cucumber held against the roof of your mouth is good for bad breath. As long as you don't choke on it, everything should be fine. There was a Harley-Davidson perfume and cologne range. They reportedly made you smell of wood and tobacco. On a bike-related note, the Hells Angels sued Disney for using their name and logo in the 2007 movie Wild Hogs. Also, did you know that Frasier nearly didn't happen? Producers wanted to make a whole new sitcom with Kelsey Grammer. What was it about? A paraplegic millionaire who loved motorbikes. When that fell through, they revisited Frasier Crane, which was a lot more successful. The metaverse was first mentioned in a 1992 novel called Snow Crash. Saddam Hussein was given the keys to Detroit in 1980 because of his generosity supporting a local hospital. Yes, Saddam.
Yeah.
Different times. There are approximately 100,000 viruses in our DNA. There's a pizza that costs over $12,000. It's called the Louis XIII and has toppings including caviar, lobster, and gold. Not to mention the traditional mozzarella cheese. Actor and comedian Dana Carvey worked with Mike Myers on Wayne's World and Michael Myers in Halloween 2. He wasn't credited, but believe me, he's there. Party on, Garth. And there you have it. 250 facts.
There we go.
Which was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. And as always,
That push
don't
up
forget
one.
to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, do all that. Go to our new channel.
That push-up one was my favorite. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, so let's get a little bit more fun real quick. Couple more things. We'll just get a little bit of quotes in here for healthy thinking. And then I'm gonna get out of here for y'all on a date. We're gonna watch a couple shorts. Then we're gonna do our I love music video.
Staying positive doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time.
Yes, sir.
It means that even on hard days, you know that there are better ones coming.
Yes, sir.
Staying positive.
After 60, your energy becomes sacred. Your peace becomes non-negotiable. Here are 7 simple habits to protect your body, your mind, and your spirit. 1. Wake up early in silence. Stillness in the morning sets the tone for everything that follows. 2. Move your body every day. Motion is medicine. Stillness is slow decay. 3. Eat with discipline. At this stage, food is either fuel or poison. 4. Spend time in nature. The quiet of the earth restores what noise takes away. 5. Speak less. Let your presence do the talking. Energy is preserved through silence. 6. Let go daily. Regret, resentment, and noise. Drop them. They age you faster than time. 7. Focus on inner peace. What's happening inside matters more than anything outside. After 60, health is power, and happiness is simplicity. Protect both ruthlessly.
I am affirmations for positive thinking. I am grateful for this new day.
Yes, ma'am.
I am happy and in love with myself. I am free of worry and regrets.
Yes, ma'am.
I am the change I need to see. I am committed to personal growth. I am responsible for my own happiness.
Yes, ma'am.
I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. I am going to make today my best day yet.
One more, last one, y'all.
3 things you need to remember to keep a humble heart. 1, it's not how big the house is, it's how happy the home is. 2, if you haven't been in someone's shoes, don't try and tell them how to tie their own laces. And 3, remember, everything can vanish in the blink of an eye. 3 things.
All right, y'all. So we had a good week. I think we had a great week. We talked about a lot. We did a lot. And I don't like to hold y'all for too long. So I'm going to get out of here for the day. And I'll see y'all not next week. Remember, we off next week. But we'll be back the following week. You know you're going to have some good old clips and shorts, though, coming at you. So y'all stay tuned for that. And I'm going to holler at y'all next week. Well, the week after next. Appreciate it. This is DGTA TV. All right, y'all. Peace. You gotta do more. And so now I'm coming to an understanding of, it's like what they would call a philosophical understanding of what I'm doing here when I'm here. And when I'm not here, I'm trying to capitalize on the aspect of not being here. What I mean is, when I'm resting, when I'm sleeping, when I am trying to regenerate, I have to be focused and intentional about it. But when I'm here and I am awake and I'm doing things, I have to be intentional about that. It is giving me so much clarity that ain't even funny. And I can't stop or slow down that process. Awareness, of people who don't want to be here anymore, people who don't have a choice to be here, me, and then those of us, also me, who want to make the best out the time. We want to do what we can to make the best out of this time that we are blessed, given, graced, whatever with. There's a level of persistence that you have with every breath you take. You can't stop that process. So after that process, everything after that process has a taste or flavor of intention. Intent is what I meant to say. Every little bit after that breath has intent, because the level of persistence that you are graced with by having breath in your body can't be slowed down, baby. You're gonna be here if you're here. So, all right, now I think I beat that topic down. What is it that you want to get to? Because I think we went and we hit a very, very high plateau on that last message that I just said. Everything I just said. Hey, welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. Good to be in here with y'all again. Let me get my computer set up real quick. There you go. It is not Healthy Mental Thursday. It is Fun Fact Friday. Hold on. There you go. Fun Friday. So, we are going to be listening, but we are going to get read too. So, let us go. Let's get some motivation real quick. Motivation for me. What's bruh name? Let me find bruh, because I know he on. Hold on, I got something. Hold on. I got something specific maybe we can watch for the motivation.